Alright, I just got back from seeing It Chapter 2. Thursday night showing, not necessarily the first showing that my theater was doing, is actually the second one. They did one at 5, but my first impressions were little mixed. It's 2 hours and 49 minutes. It doesn't necessarily feel terribly long. There are a few moments where, or there are, a few times where it kind of just seems like it really drags on for some reason. But yeah, my initial first impression, not real super impressed with it. And kind of just the way that Pennywise dies in the end was kind of just like, okay, that was really, really fucking anticlimactic. It was just like, oh, okay, that was it? He's dead? Oh, okay. Okay, that was quite the ending there. It's like, okay. So, yeah, ending was shit. Sorry to say. There was a cameo by Stephen King in here. I guess he did have more input in this one than he did in the first one, so, and they gave him a cameo. But yeah, I just I don't know. First, yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna go see it again. I don't know if I'll see it in theaters again, but especially when it's almost fucking 3 hours long. Showing was at 6:30. It's now 9:30, so long showing. But it. If you've seen the first one, you're gonna have to see the second one. You don't want, I guess, you don't necessarily have to see the second one, but if you've seen the first one, you almost kind of do, because it's like, well, if you've seen it, you gotta wrap up the story. And like they said, like if you read, like if you've heard first initial reviews as well, people said Bill Hader was the standout person, which makes sense because he was in a big majority of the fucking movie, so it's like. The main focus was on him, it seemed like. So it's like, well, of course he's gonna seem like the breakout person of the movie when that's who they're showing pretty much the whole movie. Like Bill was in a big majority of the first movie, but this one it's like he's kind of barely there. Like it'd be nice to kind of get screen time numbers. Like, okay, Bill was in the movie this long. Richie was in the movie this long. Stanley was barely in the movie. I initially thought that he wasn't gonna die like he did in the miniseries, which how he dies in the miniseries, I'm guessing, is how he died in the book. I haven't read the book. I haven't listened to the audiobook. I don't know how the book differentiates from the movie, but I'm assuming Stanley dies in the book. I think I've kind of skimmed over the main summary of the book, and I think they're all the same. I don't think they would change something like that. So I initially thought that Stanley was actually going to be in this movie, but no, he dies just like he did in the miniseries, and man, I'm guessing probably how he dies in the book too. So so he's not in the movie for very long. He's probably in the movie for a max of 2 minutes, 3 minutes. So they didn't get any real big name star. I think I might know who the guy is. He looked kind of familiar. But yeah, they're not gonna get a big name for a role that's barely there. Not that they don't do that for other movies, but yeah, he was barely in the movie. So, but yeah, I would say Bill Hader was in the movie probably the most. Next, probably Jessica Chastain, and then probably Isaiah Mustafa, the Old Spice guy, which I was kind of very surprised when I heard that he got cast for that. But he kind of got kind of chunky. You can kind of see like a little bit fatness in his face. But then there's times where you go, okay, that's the Old Spice guy. And then I don't know who plays Eddie. I can't remember who played. I don't know who he plays, but he's in the movie quite a bit too. But yeah, they're saying Bill Hader was the standout guy because he was in a big majority of the movie. But he had the funniest scenes. Of course, he's the comedic part of the movie. But yeah, he was funny, and there were a lot more funnier moments in this movie than there were in the original, even in the original miniseries. Like, I don't think that was even trying to be funny. This had funny moments. Eddie Bauer, or Eddie Bowers, Bauer, I think it's just Bauer. Because you kind of wonder, like, okay, well, he has to come back in part 2 or chapter 2 because, he plays a big role in it. So they kind of do a flashback of him shooting out of this water pipe, or water with evidently all these other bodies, which was kind of weird. And then which quickly transformed into him in a mental institution, him breaking out of the mental institution, and then killing people. So they kind of, because it's like, you're like, okay, how are they gonna? He fell down this pipe. Okay, how does he survive? Like he's like falling. I don't know how far he fell, but he fell. It seems like pretty far down. So that the fact that he survived that somehow, and then he ends up showing up back to his dad's house where they're picking up his body, and that's when they end up hauling him off to the mental institutions. So, but the movie, which this, I don't know if this will create some controversy or not. I'm surprised that they did this, but it starts off with a gay bashing. It's like, whoa, two, and you don't necessarily know that they're gay at first, but then they're kissing, and then the other one really puts on the gay, and then these guys just beat the shit out of them, and throw the one gay guy off the bridge, and then Pennywise eats him, and it's just like, ooh, gosh. In today's times, I don't know why they did that. I don't know. It might not create any controversy at all, but there's times where I see things and it's just like, ooh, that might, because people blow shit that is not even anything out of proportion. So that the fact that they did this is kind of like, oh wow, I hope there's no blowback from this, because it's like, you should kind of know maybe not to do that. I should turn my headlights off. I don't know why I still have those on. But anyways, yeah, first impressions of the movie, kind of mixed. I don't know. It was a good wrap up to the story. The way Pennywise died was horrible. Just like I said, like when it happened, you're just like, when it was over, like, okay, that almost kind of like in chapter 1, like how he kind of like, they kind of just did whatever, and then he kind of just like, and then he went in his hole and disappeared. It's like, okay. And then this one, like, they just, the way they killed him was like, oh, they made him feel small. They made him feel small, and they ripped his heart out, and they crushed it, and that's what killed him. Spoiler alert. That was the lame as fuck ending. It's like, what the fuck was that? It was, I don't know. That ending was shit. Sorry to say. But otherwise, there was flashback scenes. Evidently Richie may be gay. That's kind of something that they kind of hinted at one point, where he was playing Street Fighter with Henry Bauer's cousin, and then evidently Bowers comes out of the theater, and then he's like, he evidently, and maybe his cousin was gay too, but evidently, or was what had feelings, feelings for guys or whatever. Oh, I thought I heard song. So there was some sort of little slight thing where maybe Richie's gay, but he's married, so maybe he has some sort of weird kind of feelings like that. But so there was something partial there where maybe he had carved somebody's name into a fence, because at the end of the movie, or there was a point where he scrapes off his name or does whatever, and then at the end he puts this E in there, and I can't remember what the cousin's name was. So maybe he had a crush on him at some point, but that's kind of like something that just was kind of like in the kind of like hinted at, but kind of like, okay. So, but yeah, I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5. That's what I give most stuff. It's not a bad movie. Definitely not bad. If you haven't seen the first one, I would say don't even waste your time. But yeah, if you're gonna see the first one, you definitely gotta see the second one. And if you've already seen the first one, yes, you're gonna have to see this one, just to wrap up the story. But I'm gonna say chapter 1 was better than chapter 2. And the fact that it's 3 hours long, when it's over, you kind of don't even really feel like it had been 3 hours. But there are times where it kind of, just some of the scenes and some of the just kind of seem drawn out for no reason sometimes. So I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5. I enjoyed it. I feel like possibly could have been better. Pennywise's death definitely could have been better, because that was just like, I'm gonna keep repeating it, just was just like, what the fuck happened when it was over? It's like, okay, I guess that was the end of the movie. Or end of Pennywise. It's like, oh, he's dead. Okay, that's a pretty pussy way to go out, but okay. So anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for more. I got lots of shit to post, stuff that I've recorded that I haven't posted yet, so stay tuned, and like, comment, subscribe, and comment down below with what you thought of it chapter 2. Did you enjoy it? Did you agree with what I said? Did Pennywise go out like a bitch? Because I sure thought he did. So yeah, definitely comment down below with what you thought of chapter 2, what you thought of Pennywise's death, what you thought about other parts of the movie. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for more.